I, 30 female, caught my husband, 31 male, in an affair, and I don't know how to move on. I suspected things had been going on for a while, but kept brushing it off. I thought he would never do that to me. Since around April, he's been refusing my attempts to have sex most of the time, sitting differently on the couch to where he's facing away from me. Little things. It's with one of our good friends. She came to my house a few weeks ago. She's texted me. She's pretended to be there for me. I found out because I rolled over and they were having a Snapchat conversation. She said she wished she could be there to hold him, and he summarized that I tried to seduce him last night and mocked it. I confronted him, and he admitted it. He said that it was because quarantine was stressful. He does not want to work things out. He thinks of me only as a friend in his heart. When I told her husband, he confronted her, and apparently they actually kissed back in February. I think at that moment, I was never going to be enough for him. We used to be so happy. The week before they kissed, we celebrated Valentine's Day together. He bought us a nice bottle of wine for our anniversary. We had fun. We were perfect. I don't know where to go from here. We've been married only about a year. I feel like he took so much from me and doesn't even want to go to therapy or work this out. I don't want to leave my house, but everywhere in it I see him. He chose her. I've been cheated in every relationship I've ever been in. He was supposed to be my forever. I don't know what to do. I've made therapy appointments, but I was also laid off last month, so I have too much free time to analyze every single moment where he might have been lying to me or where I made myself pathetic trying to cling to him. How do I start to get through this? Too long didn't read my husband had an affair and does not want to try to work out our marriage. I feel like I'm drowning and don't know how to start moving on. Now let's read some comments. Lawyer first. Get the divorce filed and get their advice on if it's okay for you to leave the house while things are processing. As for the other, you need to fill your time. Devote yourself to hobbies, including picking up new ones. Rely on friends, long video calls, watching movies together, etc. Fill as much of your time as you can until things start to process. I'm so sorry he gave up on you without even trying, hon. You deserve far better than that. It's a shame some people are so good at hiding how little respect they have for other folk, but please hold on to the fact that none of this was your fault. There is absolutely zero reason for a partner to cheat, ever, and there is absolutely no justification that can put even a shred of the blame on you. Thank you. The worst thing is that he tried to turn it on me this morning that things had been off. But it only started being off when he started this affair, and he began gaslighting me. You can't go to therapy and work this out. It only gets worked out if both people want to put the effort in, and your husband has made it very clear he's not interested in trying to make the relationship work. He directly told you that. You need to find a lawyer and file for divorce. Thank you. I guess it's just hard to watch him blow up his own life so spectacularly. It's like I'm watching a cruel puppet of my husband. She can still go to therapy and should to work it out with herself. Dealing with that is horrific, and she will benefit greatly with help while working through this. Straight to the point, but also, don't blame yourself. When people cheat they always try to blame the innocent party. He's a dog. He lead you on, but only cared about himself and his wants/needs. You don't cheat on someone you're in love with. Find someone who looks at you like you looked at him. Someone who sees you as their forever. Don't settle for anything less. Oh, and quit brushing off those little signs that are in your face. Have a mantra to help you when things get overwhelming. I'm going to be okay. This sucks, but I'm going to be okay. I'm a loyal, trustworthy, hardworking woman. I deserve the same in return. I'm beautiful, I'm confident, I'm worthy. Even if you don't feel they are true in this moment, it will help to say them out loud until they hold truth to you. I'm sorry you are going through this. You can't trust this man anymore, and he is not willing to compromise with you. You deserve better. I absolutely have to agree with how helpful a mantra can be. My ex-husband was abusive, cheating, lying, stealing, just the worst possible, and we had been together since we were young teens. It was a hard breakup. He kicked out me and our 2 kids, 1 and 2 years old at the time. right after maximuming out my credit cards and spending all of our savings. I hadn't been allowed to work since the kids were born because he would threaten me every time. He didn't pay child support or see the kids. He was stalking me and I was scared to file for divorce because he didn't want me to and was legitimately dangerous. I got through the first year just repeating I can, I am, I will, which was short for I can get through this / do these things / make something positive out of this because I'm doing it and I will continue to until I come out on the other side. Finished a degree, got a good full-time job with benefits. I'm raising these beautiful children to be better than he was, and it keeps getting better. That mantra pulled me out of some dark thoughts. It wasn't over the top and was just enough that I could actually believe it. I was where you are 5 years ago. My husband leaving me and subsequent divorce was very sudden and traumatic. It took time, but eventually I got my emotional shit together and life went on. You'll be thrown for a loop for a while, but what absolutely will help is cutting both people out completely. No gaining closure talks, no coffee dates to catch up, no late night texts, etc. Block them on all social media and step back from mutual friends. Make sure you are serious in your conviction that your husband is a stranger who doesn't deserve your time. Same goes for your friend. That means they aren't allowed to weasel their way back into your life. You loving either one of them is not an excuse to let them back in your life. You have to accept and understand that fact. One or the other will want some form of contact at some point. They don't deserve that from you. Throw yourself into hobbies, friends, getting a new job, exercising, whatever. The first thing you need to do is work on what your first step in the divorce will be. Go talk to a lawyer. Many offer free initial consultations. You are posting here asking for emotional support, and you do clearly need it, but the main thing you need to do is get yourself out of this terrible situation where you are married to someone who doesn't give two shits about you. You will feel better if you start taking definite steps in that direction. People post here all the time about finding out their partner cheated or had an affair, but they want to work things out, and the poster doesn't know how to trust them. Your husband is making this easy for you. He doesn't even pretend to want to work on things. Don't forget that decision of his. Even if he later changes his mind and wants to work things out, he has chosen the other woman in a clear and unambiguous way. Even if he chooses you later, you already know that doesn't stop him from looking for a better option. Even if your friend decides to end the affair for good, you should assume your husband will look for yet another alternative option to you. Therapy is also a good idea when you can get around to it. You might also look around for support groups, maybe r/surviving_infidelity, or maybe a local group of some kind. Or maybe just a friend or family member or two who you can turn to right now. Not your husband, obviously. Thank you. I will absolutely be heading over to that subreddit. Why are people so gross? Your husband is gross. Your friend is gross. Having integrity isn't that hard. They are trash masquerading as people. I'm sorry this happened to you. My father-in-law did something similar. So did my uncle. Uncle and aunt stayed together and worked it out. Phil married a fair partner. It's been years and I try to treat them normally, but I just don't have the respect for them, and I can barely stand being in the same room. This will happen to your husband, and honestly I think it's a very good reason to not bother working things out when a partner has an affair. You can be assured that everyone who knows just barely tolerates the person now. The only way forward from here with divorce. Your husband is not only a cheating scumbag, but he shows no remorse or desire to fix things, and one person can't hold a relationship together on their own. Cheating aside, you do need to go to therapy for the line you dropped at the end about being cheated on in every relationship. Clearly there's something about you unresolved that allows people that abuse boundaries to sniff you out and take advantage of you. I don't necessarily agree with your reasoning, but I definitely think Op should go to therapy. If not for finding the unresolved issue, then definitely for discussing and overcoming the trauma of having literally every person you've ever romantically loved stab you in the back. I think when you file for divorce, if it's your house, make a move to keep it, and then sell it later after divorce. BCF that's Ob for cheating on you, and then destroying a home as a safe space. Take it one step at a time and find yourself and your friends. You're gonna need a support group. So definition, get some good friends in your corner, and if you're close you parents, definition, start off there. Good luck op, you got this. Wow. Girl, he was really making fun of you for trying to have sex with him. He is shit. Don't waste any more time grieving the loss of your relationship with this scumbag. Nothing is your fault. A decent human being would have just been straight up with you when his feelings changed. He made the choice to betray you every day and continue to use you because it was convenient for him. You would never do this to someone because we are above people like this. Find you someone who will give you the same respect you give them. I'm sorry. There's always one partner who is blindsided because they think, because they're happy, their partner must be too. Get into some therapy for yourself. Most communities have a program for those with limited income. Hopefully you can find something within a reasonable drive time. Make daily plans and stick to them. Exercise. Spend time with those who support you and try to see him for who he truly is, not as you thought he was. I know this time sucks, but you will eventually come out the other side for the better. I'm really sorry, but get it all out now. Take time to think about every little moment where he might have lied to you and analyze it. Trust me, because if you don't now, then later you will randomly think about it and then get upset or feel low all over again. Also, how you get them is how you lose them. And your husband not wanting to work on things says a lot, and in a way, is a blessing in disguise. You will see that later. Man, divorce him. He doesn't deserve you or your love, and you'll find someone eventually hot right for you. It's gonna take a while and it's gonna be hard, but you'll get through this and be happier at the end, and maybe be with someone new. Or maybe he'll realize what a mistake he made and try coming back to you. But if he does, don't let him. I'm so sorry that you are hurting. Him and this so-called friend deserve each other. Get a good lawyer and divorce his ass. I went through something similar. I was married 20 years and he cheated with someone half my age. I found out by mistake. I was hurt and very disgusted, so I divorced him. Best decision ever. I don't have any advice because I've never remotely experienced anything like this. I just wanted to say I'm so sorry you're going through this. That fucking sucks, and you deserve so much better than a selfish husband who would be so casually callous to you. He can kick rocks and maybe he'll one day realize how spectacularly he screwed up. I hope you can look back on this a year from now and find yourself in a better position. I hope you'll heal and find happiness. You've been married only a year. You're only 30. Hard as it may seem to you now, you are far better off than you would have been and have lots and lots of life left to move on. You'll get through the hurt and sense of rejection and be sorted soon. Work on yourself, seek counseling if you find that helpful, and count your lucky stars. Get a very good divorce lawyer and demand spousal support, and that he keep you on his medical insurance until the divorce is final, so you can see a therapist. Don't feel guilty about demanding all that you are entitled to. Start by getting your things in order, like important documents and personal keepsakes. File for divorce and look for a new place to stay. Rely on your support network for help through this. Family, friends, whoever. Distance yourself entirely and time will start to heal. There's no repair, and don't take him back if he tries to come back. I'm so sorry, but you're so young. There's so much more life ahead of you. You're going to make it. There is a lot of good practical advice here. I'm glad you have a therapy appointment. I'm a therapist myself, and that's always the first suggestion I give. Getting a lawyer is also the right thing to do. Your post, though, states I don't know how to move on. Unfortunately, that part is a lot more difficult and less concrete than making a therapy appointment and finding a divorce attorney. The only way you can move on is to take it one step at a time. Be mindful of each and every step and make sure that everything you do is for your own good. It appears that your spouse is adept at trying to project blame into you. Let that blame roll off you like water off a duck's back. Actually imagine yourself impermeable to his negative energy. Going forward, every thought, every decision needs to be about you. If you are still living together, Find somewhere else to stay and do not engage him when you leave. Instruct him that all communication will go through your attorney. Each interaction with him will make it more difficult to move on, and cutting ties complete will allow you to start healing. I'm so sorry that this has happened to you, and I wish you the very best. If I can be of any additional assistance, feel free to send me a message. Take care. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell for more videos. Also like the video if you enjoy it.